Good morning, time pirates. Arg! How are you on this fine, not freezing yet morning for us anyway? Is there anyone already freezing? Stuck in the snow, ice, nastiness? Kyler joined us. Hello, hello. Kyler's trying to get through more of my book club book, The Devils, before I leave to get my train in 2 hours. You can do it. You can do it, Kyler. You got this. Lindsay says I'm going to start with some of House of Leaves, then move on to some journaling. Excellent. Kelly and Alicia, how's your weather today? Today we're fine. Tomorrow is when the really bad stuff comes in, and it's overnight Saturday to Sunday, and it's even odds whether we're going to lose power or not. I did see them just outside our neighborhood because we are connected to a water treatment plant, so they try to keep our power on. So I saw them bolstering the power lines right outside our neighborhood, which is kind of a miracle because being proactive is not exactly a Texas thing. So, but Houston is Democratic run, so currently, anyways. So they are getting that done right now. So hopefully, or yesterday, they were doing that yesterday. So hopefully that will help us not lose power. But we only have to make it like the weekend. So, and it is going to be ice rain, not really snow, Sunday. But it's supposed to clear up Sunday afternoon, still be freezing, but clear up enough for the sun to come out. And it's supposed to be sunny on Monday. So my hope is just that the sun is out long enough Sunday to dry up enough of the road that if I have to go to the airport at the crack of dawn on Monday, that I am not ice skating. So, because my husband has to take a plane, his plane leaves like 7 something, so we need to leave the house at like 5 during normal things. We're going to take it slower, so we'll have to leave even earlier in order to get there on time. Our event we had Saturday was postponed, so we have Phil Rosenthal we were going to go meet, and that's been postponed until April. So at least that I don't need to worry about. So yay for that. One stress that's off my plate, that helped a lot. And now I just have the stress at the airport that's still looming over my head. And anyone out there with ADHD knows when something looms like that, it's really hard to be productive, I will tell you. Very, very hard. Lindsay says, I'm going to start with some. Oh, I read that already. And Alicia, I think Alicia's still good today. So we will see. And she's farther south. I don't think she's getting the worst of it. It'll just be cold. Jean says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. Good morning, Jean. It is so good to see you. Welcome in. We get you nice and early today. I like that. And Courtney, too. Good morning, Courtney. How are you today? And Zwank. Ooh, let's see what our days are. I love our days. Let's see. Zwank says, howdy, everybody. Actually, Zwank's going to get hit before us because she's farther north and west. Howdy, everybody. Happy Pie Day. I don't have any pie. I mean, I could get pie. That sounds like a great idea. I mean, I have to celebrate, right? What? It's not that kind of pie, honey. My husband's like, it's not March 14th. Hey, Zwank is never wrong with what days they are. Yeah, it's P-I-E Day. See? I could use some cherry pie with some ice cream on it. And happy handwriting day. Not if you saw mine, I'll tell you. Health awareness day. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Courtney says, I will take pie. Me too, Courtney. And ice skating on the highway is a no-go. I know, but what choice am I going to have? What choice? So I don't see what choice I have. I'm just going to have to cross my fingers that everyone who doesn't actually have to be on the road will not be on the road. We're not going anywhere Saturday or Sunday, I'll tell you that. And Swing says, speaking about handwriting, some states are starting to teach cursive handwriting again because the younger generation have no idea how to use cursive handwriting. Yeah, most of them can't sign their I'm like, are we going back to X's on signatures? What's going on here? I don't know. We'll see what happens with handwriting. I'm very curious about that. I'm very curious. It made no sense to get rid of cursive, though. Like, get rid of all handwriting and just use computers, or you need to teach them how to write. So I never understood that, but it is what it is. It is like the least problematic of the things going on in the school system, please. Jean, I am going to be productive today. Yes, Jean, get it done. Get it done. Courtney says, that's good, Swank. Yeah, they started teaching again like when my kids were in high school. So, mind you, they were on the end of, they were like the last, my son learned cursive. My daughter did not. So, but she taught herself how to sign her name because she couldn't stand that. She hates being left out of anything. It makes her competitive. I like it. Molly, oh, I need to be reading Rose of the Deadlands tonight, or it's due tonight. Yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing too, Molly. I'm again not writing today. I have to finish this. It was extremely healthy. My mental health was doing so much better yesterday after I decided I need to do the thing that's bothering me the most. So that's what I'm doing today too, is I need to get this done. I've got 140 pages left. So I should be able to knock out a good 50 or 60 this morning. And then I'll, eat lunch, walk the dog, and then finish it. And I'll be ready. I'm so excited. Jesse's all set to go. I sent her the link, and so we're going to have fun. And I happen to have some apple pie ready for consumption, too. Ah, cheater. I need some pie. I'd rather get apples than make my own, though. Maybe I'll just do that. Jean says, they say getting a polar vortex, they say it will be -50. I hope they are wrong. Oh, yeah, that's what I was hearing for like up in Minnesota. So I can imagine Canada. Molly says, speaking of cursive, my nephew, who is quite intelligent and gets straight A's, cannot read cursive. And I feel bad because I keep forgetting not to write in cursive. Yeah, because of that, when when I'm signing my books, I sign my name, right? But the like the quote that I have a saying I put in my books, a different one in each one too. And it's very hard when I'm trying to sign like 5 of them at once. So I write that different thing in there, and I write it out. Like I don't cursive because some of my readers are younger, like, cause I have the YA fantasy series, and I don't know how many can read the cursive and how many can't. And let's face it, cursive's hard to read anyways. Cursive's just hard to read. Courtney says they need to teach them how to think for themselves too. Well, that's what school was supposed to be, but I mean, they stopped doing that a very long time ago. Very, very long, because the government at large does not want kids to think for themselves. Like Vanessa was saying yesterday, our current people in power want the populace to just do what they say. They don't want them to be educated. That takes power from them. Education takes power from the government, which is how it's supposed to be in a republic, by the way, but whatever. Jean says, I'm listening to Holiday Love at 90%. Oh, you'll get that done today, for sure. For sure. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and start the first sprint. I will be using my old lady light so that I can see, but I am almost done. I need to get this done. I have a page of questions for Jesse, but we will see what happens. See what else I come up with. What name do I write under? Kelly Lynn Colby. I use my name. My name. So it's a pretty good author name. And as anyone will tell you, as you decide to be an author, you want to Google your name and see what comes up. And Kelly Colby, there was already an author, and she was writing like self-help and like, exercise books and stuff. I was like, well, that's not me. So I just put my middle name in. So Kelly Lynn Colby, and that's just me. If you put in Kelly Lynn Colby, author, I should be the only one that comes up. I usually am. So that's one of those things. You got to make sure you get your name so that it will come up when people search for it. Let's see. So obviously I'm not going to finish my book this week, but I might again this weekend, depending on the power situation. So we shall see. I'll have more writing time. Alicia, you might have missed it, but I'm going to finish Rose of the Deadlands this morning. So, or at least make a good dent. I have about 140 pages left. So
I have the entire book to finish, so I don't think that's happening today.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm going to try, but we'll see how far I get.
Well, after Superstars, because the next author I want to feature, he's always at Superstars. So I'm going to see, and his book is a 4-book series. So even if you have to skip this one, you're not in it, you know what I mean, then I will just make sure you know what the next one is. Maybe you can read ahead.
Okay.
I mean, we'd love to have you, but I understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we can't be friends if you don't come. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I
Right?
will come and support. I don't mind spoilers. So it's about the journey, about how you get there. So,
And this one's definitely the journey, right? This one is not a mystery thriller. You know, that one, please
right.
don't give me any spoilers because that's the only choice. The only fun I have in mystery thrillers is guessing the ending usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
So please don't give me any spoilers. But this kind of book, you're right, it's not about spoilers. So
No. And I can always, like, even if I just come to the live show to be supportive, then I could always read the book and then get caught up and then be ready for book 2.
yep.
So I'm not worried. I also want to finish reading the pages for Raven Scholar.
Yeah, I need to do that too. That I will definitely get done this weekend. But I need to finish this.
We made plans yesterday, the husband and I,
Oh, did you?
for Valentine's Day.
Oh, how fun.
We're going to Epic Universe.
Again? Y'all have a problem.
Well, we were thinking about it and we talked about it, and he doesn't like the whole, like, roses are getting expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So if he gives me roses, 1, they're expensive, and 2, they die in a week. So he said, why don't we skip those this year? If you still want flowers, we can just go to Publix and get some. And I was like, that's fine. But he said, why don't we do something fun? And so we got tickets to Epic Universe, and we're going on Valentine's Day.
Aw. That's what I always like. We're definitely a do things instead of buy things kind of family.
No.
For sure.
So we have it all planned out so that we don't, like, break the bank, because you definitely can with those places. We already bought the tickets, so that's paid for. And then the only thing we really need to do is we would have to buy lunch. And then I told him, I said, if in the event that we must have a souvenir from the day, then I say 1 to 2 each, and that's it. Because last time, I think we were close to 1,000 for the day, and I was like, no, we don't need to do that. Well, most of it was Nintendo, because we found a lot of things that were Nintendo related. And the little bands that you can interact with in Super Nintendo World is $45 a piece. So there's some of it right there. But again, they are interactive. So, which reminds me, I have to see if we still have our points from previous or if we're starting over.
Oh my
If
gosh.
we're not starting over, then that would be amazing. But he's still beating me.
I need to finish my game too, but no time for that yet. Almost though. I have like 4 chapters left. The game
You can do it.
split up into chapters. Jean says, nope, we got that one. Jean says, I signed my nieces and nephews' card in cursive. They don't teach cursive here either. Yeah. Courtney says hello to you, Alicia.
Good morning.
And Jean says, I can't believe KU went up to $2. Went up $2. Really? I was liking it at the $12, so it's $14 now. Great. Well, I mean, I don't know what the price is in Canada.
Huzzah! We still have our points. That's awesome.
Watch, it went up $2. I'll bet you right now $150 that they don't give us any more money. Betcha.
I could see that happening.
Kylar, my last name is Greek, so I think I'll be safe if I ever get published. Yes, as long as your last name isn't like hard to remember or spell, because you will see most of the time that your publishers, like I would too, recommend having something that's easier for people to remember. Unless you're writing, unless you're male and you're writing literary fiction, then they don't seem to care. Apparently, you're allowed to have whatever name you want then. Courtney says $2. It might be time to say goodbye to KU. I don't know. We read it. We use it too much. Even at $2, that would still be worth it for me. Jean says, when is the show? It is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. And there is a, what do you call it when I schedule the show? There's a scheduled show up. So you can see it on our homepage, on the Cursed Dragon homepage on
I'm
YouTube.
going to put the link in.
Thank you. Thank you, Alicia. Too true, Courtney. Too true. And Zwank says, "Sorry, sweetie, I don't read fantasy or romance books." Yeah, well, it's a paranormal thriller. The collector is paranormal thriller. So if you like that, the only fantasy part of it is because she has powers, right? Like she is a empath. And they're short, they're novella length, so those ones are really quick. The collector's the first one. That's the one that I'm writing the fourth book for right now. And I'm almost done. This close. Jean says, "What is Epic Universe?"
Epic Universe is Universal Orlando Resort's newest theme park. It has 5 different portals, as you would call them. They have Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, the Ministry of Magic, or the Parisian version, Fantastic Beasts of Harry Potter, and the How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. And then the main center attraction is the Celestial Park.
I need to go back because I need to see the Isle of Berk.
Last time we got to see it, but we didn't get to ride anything because everything was either delayed or it had like an over 65-minute wait.
That's okay. I'll just bring my book. I was thinking about that the other day.
That's true.
That would be a fun video. Reading your book while you're waiting in line. Come on, that's a fun video.
That would be. I should pick one. Even if
you're there all the time.
Book.
You should totally do that. Bring your Kindle or something, or just bring the physical book, right? I mean, you could bring a bag, and then just you're in line reading. I mean, I think that's great use. Then you get to do the ride, have a great old time, and then go find the next one, get in line, read again.
Take a book that you haven't started yet and see how far you can read the book throughout the day
while waiting in line. I think that's genius. Yes. Genius. And you are right set up for it, man. Let's see if I can finish this book while at the park. Your husband's just going to have to be cool with you ignoring him. That's all.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, go with a friend instead of your husband.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could set it up so that I do.
I'm gonna come visit. How's June for you?
Yeah, there you go.
We're going to the theme park and we're gonna read books.
There you go.
Yeah, we can ignore each other. No problem. We do it every morning. Oh, I love it.
Just let me know when you're coming. We'll set a date.
That's right. Oh my gosh, that would be so exciting. Let's see, Courtney, I canceled KU when I started using the library. I read less smut, but other than that, I don't miss it. There's so much fantasy on KU, not just smut.
Yeah.
So there's a ton, and the romances, like the Elsie Silver stuff, is on there. So there's a lot on KU that I am reading. So I am not ready to cancel. And almost everything my husband reads is on KU. So he reads a lot of the lit RPG, and that is on KU. We actually read very little smut on KU. We don't read a lot of smut. Not morally against it. We just don't read a lot.
That is more up my alley.
Yeah. It's not that I don't read any, but I read everything, right? That's including smut, not like exclusively smut. And Zwank says, I don't do VD except the chocolate.
Oh, I was like,
do you
the
mean
what?
Pie?
She doesn't do Valentine's Day except for the chocolate.
Yes, I do. Well, I like the day after Valentine's Day when the chocolate goes on sale. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is our best friend.
Yep.
Do I
Kyla,
need
I
it?
love KU. Sorry. Zwink says, I love Zwink. I'm just changing your name. I had a friend whose last name is Zwink, so I keep doing that. Zwank, I love KU. I rarely get an ebook from the library because I'm in Texas and they hardly carry anything. Exactly. My list for I see people going, oh, I can get this book now. I can get this book now from Libby and blah, 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 blah. I have months and months, several months on just about every single thing I try to buy or I try to borrow from the library. One after another, months and months, ebook and audiobook. It's ridiculous. They do not get enough copies for us being the 4th largest city in the country. We're just not, the libraries around here are just not funded. So it's very frustrating. So I need the KU. I can't get it from the library. If I could get it from the library, I wouldn't need KU.
I don't have KU. I either get it from my library, Hoopla, or Audible. And Audible is a last resort.
Yeah, Audible's my last resort too. So I have the monthly thing, right? But I will
Mhm.
stack up on them if I could get them anywhere else.
Yep.
Um,
They are currently doing a 2 titles for 1 sale.
I don't want to buy any. We'll wait. And there's the Shorely Book Club where we are discussing Rose of the Deadlands by Jesse Sprague. And Jesse Sprague will be on tonight. Be myself and Kevin and Jesse Sprague. So we can ask all kinds of questions. Kevin's very excited about being able to ask the questions instead of having to answer them all.
Ooh.
Molly says, Gene KU went up here quite a while ago, so I keep wondering if I need to keep paying for it. It went up. I mean, mine's $12 a month. I don't know. For what I read, that's nothing. Courtney says, I have an Austin library card and there's a good selection, better than my card in Florida. Austin, if anyone's going to be well funded, it's probably going to be Austin. And I don't have an Austin card.
Could you get one because you're in the state or no?
No, I mean, maybe, but I'd have to like go there.
Oh.
Or maybe not. I have no idea.
Also,
I looked it up and it said there is no increase in 2026. It's still $12 plus tax. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's $13 a month still. All right, no, we're good. Excellent. Thanks, Swank.
Also, I heard there's certain libraries, and I'd have to look them up again, but if you pay like a yearly fee, you can get a library card for them too. Like, I think there's one in New York or something.
I've got enough. It's fine. If I was buying so many books in order to replace it, but I'm not. I still read mostly my physical, right?
Right.
So I get through this, then we can talk about it.
That's how I judge whether or not my Barnes & Noble membership is worth it, because if I buy enough books to pay for the membership, then it stays.
Well,
and so far it has.
Since I did that $485 I spent at Barnes & Noble for Christmas for gifts for everyone, I went ahead and got the membership. It's like you said, is it going to be worth it? I'm like, that one shopping spree was worth it.
Yep. Yep. And there are times where I do that too, or Alan will go, hey, I'm just going to buy you books for your birthday. Do you want to do that? Do I need oxygen
do I
to
want
breathe?
to? What are you Oh, ow, my arm.
Right? And I always, when he does that, I always go, what is my budget?
Yes, exactly.
And he goes, what do you mean? Just get whatever you want. No, there needs to be
You've got to give me a budget, a book limit, something. You've got to give it to me, because otherwise you're going to regret this, I promise.
Exactly.
That's what we talked, that thing that was trending like last year where they would have a time limit to go to the store, to Barnes & Noble, and put whatever they wanted. Yeah, and then whatever they wanted in the thing and then leave. I'm like, Kevin could never do that for me, because I'm not kidding when I say I read everything. You can just look at my cards, look at what I read, watch my videos. I read every genre and I love them all. So when I go into the bookstore, I'd just be like, this one. I would just throw one of every book I hadn't read yet or didn't own yet into the thing. It doesn't take that long to be, easily $1,000. I would just walk in the door and start piling them. I wouldn't even have to look first. Right?
The last time that we went, Alan said, I said, okay, what's my limit? And he goes, you get one shopping basket. He goes, I don't care if it's overflowing, but it has to stay in the basket. And I was like, listen, I play Tetris for a reason.
You're like, okay, you said so, let's go.
Okay.
So this year he's going to be like, all right, you only get this basket, like you bring one, and it can't go over the top.
Right. Okay, let's do this.
And Jean just downloaded The Collector. Yay! It's fun. I'm proud of that book. It's really good. It's a fun, and it's, like I said, it is quick. Courtney says, I have read at amusement parks. I sit and wait while others stand in line for rides, hold the bags because it don't do roller coaster. Yeah, I've also done that, Courtney. It's true. But I think it'd be more fun if we were waiting in line for the rides, right? Like, because then you can also get video of the stuff. Does Universal, I'm much more familiar. I went to Universal once, but Disney I've been many times. So Universal, do they have like cool stuff in while you're waiting in line also?
Some of them, yeah. Like, especially at Epic, now they have interactive things. And so that would probably be a little harder because I'd want to tap everything, but
well, that would be the fun part of the video. And that would be like, well, we would have got it all read, but we were playing.
Exactly. But there is, like, at the regular parks, there are things that you walk past, and as long as you have good lighting, I mean, it'll show up. So
yeah, that'll be fun. No, I like it. I think we should totally do that.
I'm
And Molly
planning a
says,
trip already.
I know someone who lives in Houston. Maybe I can move in with her to get a library card. Wink, wink. I'm telling you, it won't help you. It's forever. I have 7 things on hold, and most of them say a few months. Oh, Piranesi 6 weeks. I mean, that's pretty good, but that's from Montgomery County, north of me. It's not even Houston. Let's see. And 1,000 Splendid Suns is 13 weeks.
Wow.
Glow of Everflame, several months. We have 156 waiting for 3 copies. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
So, yeah, it won't help you, I promise. Courtney says, got to do what you got to do, Molly. I mean, you can still come and visit.
This is
Jean
true.
says, by the way, Holiday Love is the book that had a clean and smutty version. Oh, gotcha. I got the smutty version. Well, I should hope so. I mean, if it has both, I want the smutty one too. Molly, Valentine's Day is a nightmare for me. Lots of bad ones, including last day I spoke to my dad before he died and the ending of a 2-year engagement. Oh, that sucks, Molly. I'm so sorry. Maybe you need to go to Universal with Alicia. I mean, that sounds like way more fun.
I will show you a fun time.
That's right. Change the whole, evil Valentine's thing.
There are so many things to do. I already told my husband, I said, because we're going, we need to make sure that we see the Circa Arcana show, because that's like the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them show, and I haven't seen it yet. And he's like, well, just let me know what the times are. And I was like, I won't know until we get there.
That's what we used to do when we would do theme parks. We would decide what our highest priority was and then go see the times.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd work the whole day around that priority that day. You know what I mean? And the next time we have a different
Exactly.
priority. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love that.
I would love to get one of the wands, because in the Harry Potter section with the 2nd generation wands, you can find all of the different Fantastic Beasts. Every time you find like a wand spot, there's a Fantastic Beast. So there's someone I saw in a video, they like set off the like gigantic fountain that was there, and a Grendelow popped out. And I was like, that is cute. I would have never known.
That is so fun.
And I'm like, oh, I want to see.
Right? That is totally fun. I can't buy anything that's Harry Potter, though, because I will not support. But she doesn't get any of the ticket money, so we're good to go.
There you go. See?
Kylar, I work for a library, which is very handy, and thankfully have many public ones around me. That's nice. Lindsay, my Libby through my library only lets me put holds on 3 books at a time. Oh, wow. I don't even know what I would do if I could only, it lets me do 30. I don't need 30, right? And the only reason I need what I have is because it takes months. So I have them on hold forever because I'm just waiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, that's why if I need something right now from my library, usually I can get it in physical right away. It's the ebook and the audio that takes forever. Let's see. Courtney, exactly, Jean. I like my music clean, but books dirty. Yes. Well, yeah. I like books in every way. Molly, spend 3 credits by February 2nd to get $15. Oh, nice. I don't think I have 3 credits right now. I think I only have 1. And Molly, Lindsay, that's horrible. Yeah, 3 books at a time, I can't imagine. Unless you could get them pretty quickly, then I'd be fine with that. You know what I mean? The only reason I have so many is because they take so long. So if I knew it wasn't going to take that long, I wouldn't need a bunch of holds either. Molly, except for December, I have read 2 KU books in 6 months. Oh yeah, then KU is not worth it for you. Yeah, I would. If you've read 2 in 6 months, I wouldn't have KU either. Courtney, you can apply for Austin E-Card if you are a Texas resident and don't go there for a fee. I've been doing it for years. Oh, interesting.
See?
Oh, maybe I will look for that one too and add it to my Libby. Molly, December added 2 more. So was it worth 42 for? No, it was not. No, I would not have KU if that's all you did. You're reading so many arcs, you know what I mean? So that's probably where you're getting, that is your KU, right? And that's free. So, yeah, see, Courtney agrees. Cancel time, Molly.
Cancel time, yeah.
Yep. Jean, it didn't state on NetGalley if I was getting the clean or smutty. It was a surprise. That's so funny. You're like, ooh, let's see what I got.
All right, then.
How disappointed would you be if it wasn't smutty, though? Yep, Molly agrees. Time to cancel KU.
Could you imagine if you wanted the clean version and they gave you the smutty version?
I know. Now that would be the bad. That's why I said. That makes no sense for that author to have done that. It's not. That doesn't make any sense. Zwank, in Dallas, they are going to close 6 libraries to make a main library, so it will make it even more difficult to get books. I don't have a car right now, so it's even harder. Yes, and like I
Oh,
said, that Texas, they're not supporting their libraries. And Mel joined us. Good morning, Mel. Sorry, we're talking a bunch today. Molly
it's
says,
Friday.
Zwank, yeah. Indianapolis Library has a mobile extension that brings books around. Maybe check to see if yours does too. Jean, did you mention that in the notes to publisher section? They really should specify. I'm pretty sure that one is self-published. Like they already know. They know, they did it. Molly says, Mel and Jean, how far is Epic Universe from you, Alicia? Does it include airfare?
For me, because I'm local, it's about an hour drive. And that depends on traffic. If I go to the regular parks, it takes me about an hour and 15 minutes to get to the regular parks. But because Epic Universe is slightly closer to me, it only takes an hour.
I love it. Zwank says, Molly, no, they don't do that. What about Hoopla Access, Kelly? I have Hoopla too. Hoopla's even worse. Jean,
Does your
gives hugs to
library
Molly?
say if it's on Hoopla? Like mine will have like an ebook or e-audio book through the library, but then it'll also tell me there's an audiobook version through Hoopla.
No, I have to go. Whenever I'm looking, because usually I read based on my physical books, right? So I'm looking to see if any of them have audio, so that I can listen to audio while I'm reading the other physical ones that don't, right?
I do the
Then
same
I have to
thing.
go to everywhere. I go to Libby first, and then I go to Hoopla, and then if I just can't, then I go to Audible to see what I have, right? So that way I can see
Gotcha.
what books are available where. Hoopla has been really, really good with the romantasy. Apparently, they have a ton of it. I've been able to get that really quick. So like on Libby, the like Quicksilver, when I wanted to read Quicksilver in December, it was several months wait.
Yeah.
And Hoopla, I got it that day. So for some reason they have it, the access to the romantasy specifically is much higher. But when almost everything else I search for, they don't have. So you can see who's using Hoopla, because that's what they've put money into, right? That's what they have available.
Mine has a lot of music.
Mine has a lot of music. It's got a lot of ebooks and other things, but not audio. And audio is what I really want when I'm looking, because otherwise, again, I have the physical.
That's true.
So I'm looking to see, and I already have the physical. I don't want to buy it again, right? Like this one, I wanted Rose of the Deadlands. I was like, I want to go to bed, but I can't read physical in bed because I can't see. You know, I need my old lady light. And even with my lamp, it's just not enough. And then holding it up over my head, I can't do it. But it's on KU. So I downloaded on KU, but I didn't pay any extra for it, right? So that I could read while I was in bed.
Gotcha.
So it's that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for audio. And I will buy sometimes on Audible if I just have no other choice and I don't have any other audiobooks available. And Molly says, I'm going to invent a shrink ray so I can go to Epic U in Alicia's purse. Thank you, Jean. Bummer Zwank. And Courtney says, wow, or 30. Wow, that's great. I have like 6 limit. Yeah, we've got a 30 limit.
For checking out books?
No, well, checking out physical books, I can have as many as I want. But for the Libby, it's 30 limit. I don't know what Hoopla is because I've never had more than one at a time. And Hoopla lets me keep them for 3 weeks too.
My Hoopla does. You can do 12 a month.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I've only had one at a time, and I don't put them on hold on Hoopla. So
I'd be putting them on hold. Just be like, I need this one. I need this one.
Molly says, I know someone who must have access to the Austin Library, but he's a lawyer, so I'm guessing that's a no-go. Courtney says, hi, Mel. Mel says, hi, Courtney. Molly says, the ARCs are exactly why I don't read KU so much anymore. Yeah, I get that. I would definitely cancel that. It's not like you can't get it again if you start to read it. Molly says, I went to cancel and realized I need it until tomorrow. But yes, I will cancel this weekend. Oh, are you reading Rose of the Deadlands on it? Hey, the other two are on there too. But again, at $12 a month or $13 with tax, it's going to be cheaper to just, buy the ebook. Molly, they did it, but they need to know that readers want to know in advance which version they are getting. Molly, well, poopy, I am not moving in with you, Kelly. Sorry. Zwank, mine uses Libby only. Oh, gotcha.
Mm.
Molly, well, Houston does not have Hoopla, but Montgomery County did. So I was able to get it through Montgomery County. So maybe look at a surrounding county, Swank. I'm right on the border between Harris County, which is Houston, and Montgomery County, which is north of us. So I was able to get one from each. Molly, I feel very lucky because Indianapolis Library is fantastic. Molly, anyone want to move in? I am not going. I saw the weather you get.
I'm not moving.
Mel says we should do like those TikTokers who have creator houses. I don't know what that means. Just have a booktube house where everyone moves in and shares library cards. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's fun for them because they're young and unburdened by things like children.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be around my children.
Yeah, sorry.
They're
Alicia's out.
loud.
I'm out. Mel, sorry, you're out. I know you homeschool, so there's got to be kids involved. We've already passed that stage in life, unfortunately. Mel says yeah. And Molly says, I can buy the other months, but I have already paid KU this month. Yep, makes sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me. All right. Finally, made it to the end. Look at that. And we are going to start sprints. Oh, we're not that late. We're about 10 minutes late. It just felt longer. All right. Now I want to go to the theme park and like read a book. I'm so distracted now, Alicia.
It's not my fault.
No, it's not. It's my brain. It came up with that idea. My brain comes up with lots of ideas it can't do.
I wrote it down, so it may be a video in the works.
Ask my poor husband how many times I've done we should blah, blah, blah. And then he starts doing it. And I was like, wait, I didn't mean now. And he's like, but I can't.
My husband does the same thing. I'm like, we should do this. And he goes, all right, let's go. And I'm like, wait, what?
I'm like, but I have to do this thing. And he's like, but you said, I'm like, no, it's just an idea.
Yeah. What part of I have an idea did you not understand? It doesn't need to be done now.
No.
Oh my goodness.
So funny. I'm like, my gosh, if we did every idea my brain came up with, I can't. First of all, we'd be even more broke than we already are. So
Yep.
We can't. We literally can't. There's not enough time in the day.
And we would probably be exhausted beyond belief.
Yeah. I'm already tired. I don't need to be more tired. All right. Here we go. First sprint. Get this book done. Here we go. there is our first sprint. I made it to page 272. We had a big reveal just now, so very fascinating that is. How did everyone else do? Let me start the timer here. Wrong one. That one. Make sure we get our stuff done today. Let's see where we are. How'd you do, Alicia?
I ate breakfast, input some receipts, wrote 150 words on like a rambling thing, and then I had to deal with a cat fight, so that's why I didn't come back late, or I came back late.
Gotcha.
Rafi was like, I want to be near you, and Isis was like, go away.
It's breakfast time. This is my spot at breakfast time.
Well, she was laying on the sofa, and he was like, I'm going to come lay with you, and she was like, no, you're not.
That's so funny. He's like, but we're friends. She's like, no, we're roommates.
Pretty much. It's funny because they're only like a year difference. So, but she's like, go away. I do not have time for your shenanigans.
Let's see. Courtney asked, what is the difference between Hoopla and Libby? Molly says, speaking of Houston, I'm going to assume someone answered you, Courtney. If not, I'll answer you in a minute. Molly says, speaking of Houston, it looks like you guys are mostly in the clear weather-wise. What are your local weather peeps saying? Oh, no, we are definitely not in the clear. So Houston is we are not getting snow, but we are getting ice rain. It's just not on Saturday. It's going to happen overnight, Saturday to Sunday. It's going to be the worst weather. So if we lose power, it'll be at night. Of course it will, because who needs sleep? And so that's going to be the worst weather is coming through for us. And then it's going to be nasty on Sunday morning. And then it's going to stay below freezing all day Sunday and then most of the day Monday. No, all day Monday, but the sun's coming out. So that should melt most of the ice, even though it'll still be below freezing. And our event on Saturday was canceled. So I'm good to go, which is why I'm not worried about not writing right now, because I need to do this for tonight and I can write tomorrow. As long as our power stays on, who knows? So we will, that's what we will do tonight. So our event was canceled for tomorrow because it's fine during the day. It's going to be cold, but it'll be fine. It'll be safe to drive, right? But as soon as it gets dark, it will not be safe to drive anymore. Everything's already wet. It's been raining for a few days. So that's enough water on the road to ice over already. And the sun is not coming out to give us any reprieve today or tomorrow. So it's not till Sunday afternoon if we're lucky. What I'm worried about now is I still have to go to the airport on Monday morning. And the roads will probably be covered in ice. So I'm looking, we might go the long way to the airport because that has less bridges. So we're just going to have to leave earlier because we're going to have to go slower. And we need to avoid as many bridges as we can. So, but Kevin needs to get an airplane. So at this point, we're waiting to see if they do delays or not. Because if they could just do delays until the sun is out for like an hour, it'll be a very much safer drive.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Molly says, Courtney, there are two different providers. Some libraries use both, some don't. See, I knew someone would answer Courtney's question. And Swank says, I think it depends on which the library decides to use. Courtney says, oh, I've always used Libby. And Molly says, for me, Libby has way more options, but I use Hoopla too. Courtney says, okay, I work tonight, so I'm off to sleep. Thanks for a fun morning. Excellent. I also like you, just so you know, I don't know if you know this, Molly, but Libby and Hoopla work differently. So with Libby, each library will own a certain number of audiobooks and ebooks. And they're allowed to own them and borrow them a certain amount of times. That's how the contract works with the publishers. And so they have those, and they have that limited number. That's why you have to go and hold. That's why you see how many people are waiting for it. Hoopla works on how many borrows it's allowed to have per day. It doesn't own any copies. So that's why it can be quicker to get it. That's why if you go into Hoopla, oftentimes if you go in the afternoon or later, they're like, sorry, you can't borrow anything because they've already reached their limit for that day. And of course, the ones that are already checked out already count against that limit, right? So it's only the ones that were returned that morning that they have open. And I don't mean that specific ones, I mean that many. Like if every single person on Hoopla is borrowing Quicksilver, who cares? They can do that. There's just only so many they're allowed to lend out, period. So that's how their system works differently, which is why you can get books faster, but it's also why they have a more limited selection.
That's basically what Google said. They said that Libby's strength is bestsellers with holds, but Hoopla's variety and no waiting.
Right. So that's why usually if you want something on Hoopla, check first thing in the morning. So I always check to see if they have it. And then if I decide I need it, then first thing in the morning when I get up, then I borrow it. You can almost always get it right away. And with my Libby, I don't know if this is different per library though. Libby has 2 week. You're allowed to have them for 2 weeks. And Hoopla, I can have them for 3, which is really nice. Because now I'm finishing my ebook right now, or my audiobook right now. And my next audiobook is 10 or I only have 10 days to read it right now, and it's 23 hours long. So by the time I finish this one, which should be today with the errands I have to do, because I'm almost done. I borrow that one tomorrow. I have 9 days to listen to the 23 hours, which is a stretch for me. So we'll see how close I get. But this one, again, I have the physical book. So if I don't quite get all the way through it, I can at least put the bookmark on and I can finish finish it physically. So, but because I had it on suspended, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to read that one next after this one. I'm almost done with this one, right? So I had it unsuspended and it said delivered soon, but that could be anywhere from right now to 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah.
So I much prefer the way Hoopla works, where I know I can borrow it when I can read it right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Instead of this trying to balance, I don't want to wait for it, but I can't get it too soon. Kind of juggle. So yeah, there's not as much juggling with Hoopla. I much prefer it, but again, their selection is much more limited. And as Rosal says, late today, but here now. Hello, welcome. We are not writing today. Alicia wrote some today, but I am reading today, so I need to get this done for Shore Leave Book Club tonight. But I definitely will. So I'll get in there. There was a surprise. I didn't even expect a surprise. That was fun. Where was I? Asbrosel and Alicia says bye and hi. And it decided to, and then be safe, Kiana. Yeah, be careful out there. It's good to see you. And good morning, Kiana. And Kyler says, made it to a quarter into the book. Really enjoying it. Yay. Ren says, wait, I only missed one sprint. Yay. I know, we were so late. Hello, Ren. Hello, how are you? It's so good to see you. Molly's still waking up. I understand that. I mean, I'm wide awake. It's stress. Stress will wake me right the fuck up, let me tell you. Yep. Mel made it 30% into Rose of the Deadlands. Nice. And gave all the hearts and love signs to Ren. Ren says, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I'll get you one too, Molly. Oh, that's very sweet. Thanks, Ren. And Mel says hi to Kylar. And Ren says, and see, now I make the R too hard. Anyways, Ren, hey, me. And Molly says, thanks, Ren. And Mel says, you just reminded me I need to make a fresh pot, Ren. Yeah, I'm actually drinking coffee today. It gets colder. Even though I drink hot tea, as it's getting colder, I just want coffee even more. I don't know what that is. Raised with it, I guess. Mind you, this coffee is not hot anymore. I need one of those warmers where you can put your cup on it. And Molly says, will they reschedule your Saturday event? Yes, they did. So it's going to be in April, like the last weekend in April.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember if it's like 24th or 25th, but it's the last weekend. So we're excited, which is great because we have a cruise already planned in April. So it's nice that is later. It's an editing cruise. It's that Wave Riders that I was advertising earlier. So I'm like, oh, yay, it doesn't interrupt that. We're good to go. And Ren says, back to ARC reading today. Nice. Very cool. And Ren says hello to Kiana. And Molly says, I'm crossing my fingers for delays. Yeah, me too. Please delay. I do not want to be out on that road. It's a work event. It's not like it's vacation, right? There's nothing he can do. The whole country's going to be messed up, though. I mean, there's got to be delays, right?
Yeah.
Ren says 1 coffee for Molly. I repeat, 1 coffee for Molly. Look, Ren even spelled your name right, Molly. Look at that. You know how they always spell your name wrong in the coffee cups. Molly says, for me, we get 10 borrows a month period. For Hoopla, I'm assuming you mean. And there's a limit on my Hoopla too, but like I said, I've never gotten close to it, so I don't know what it is. I might do 1 a month.
Mine says it'll say you can do 12 titles this month.
Oh, there you go. Here.
And then when I check one out, it'll say you have 11 that you can do.
Let me see what my Hoopla says. But I think it's interesting. Like you said, it's up to the library whether they use it or not. And Montgomery County has it, but whatchamacallit does not. I don't even have any that I want to borrow right now. Here, let me hit this one. I'm going to borrow this. It's in German. The one I just borrowed is in German. But let me see what it says. How many can I get? Where does it say how many I can get?
I use it on the desktop mostly, but it'll usually say like when you go into like your section where you have all your titles.
You could borrow 3 more titles this month. And I
you can do
borrowed
4.
1 at the beginning of the month. So I only get 4 a month.
I can do
there you
up to 12.
Yeah, because the last one I turned in January 7th. So I only get 3. I get 4 on Hoopla. But I can return this one because I used to be fluent in German, but I'm not anymore. Return now.
Wouldn't that be 5 then if you already returned one and you just did that one and then it said you had 3 left?
Oh, you're right. So it should be 5. Yeah, you're right. I returned it January 7th, so that one probably counts. Because I borrowed the other one I borrowed in December. I just returned it January 7th.
Yeah, because it usually gives you the however long 14 or 21 days, depending on what yeah.
So 4 or 5, whatever it is, nowhere near 10 or 12. But again, I've never gotten anywhere near it. It just doesn't have enough on there. Quite frankly, if I had to pay for that, I wouldn't have it at all.
And mine does not count. So like if I have one checked out and then it changes over from December to January, then it'll still say I have 12 that I can check out. Even though I still have that
I
one.
do have 4, not 5, because I checked it out in December.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Molly says, woot, and we don't have adult books on Hoopla.
You don't have adult
I do. Like I said, it's mostly romantasy. I mean, the ones that I look for, the ones they have available is usually romantasy. Oh, and Lindsay gets 21 days on Libby. So there you go, that answer. So that it is up to either the library or the country, right? You're in a different country. So they might have a different deal.
Yeah.
They might have a different, just like everything has a different deal in different countries, right?
Depending on where you're at in the world is depending on your limitations.
Yeah, because 21 days would be perfect.
I know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would need. Just 1 more week would be nice. And only because of the way it works. If you would let me not check it out until the moment I need it, which I know is hard to do. But because I'm trying to guess, having the 3 weeks would just make it better. Molly, I've been without my diabetes medicine for 7 weeks. I am tired so often. Oh, that is not good, Molly.
No.
That is not good.
I'd be raising some hell and high water.
That's going to be hurting your organs. I mean, it's not good.
Yep.
Jamie says, good morning. Good morning, Jamie. Haven't seen you in a while. Miss you. How have you been? Molly says, yay for rescheduled event. Yeah, 100%. Because it's also 4 of us because we're going with our best friends. And it's Phil. I'm so excited to see Phil. Molly says, my sister had a work event canceled due to airline chaos. So there is hope. Yeah, I will cross my fingers. They're not going to cancel it. It's in Vegas and people are coming from all over the world. So they're not going to cancel it, but having it delayed would be amazing. As Rosal, it's so frustrating to lose a language you once understood. Yes, I agree. Which means I probably should listen to some, audiobooks, but I should listen to audiobooks I've already read. So if I listen to some in German I've already read, then at least I already know what they're about. So I should help. That should help.
Right.
But again, when am I going to speak it? So it's not useful. I need to learn Spanish. That I can speak everywhere I go where I live.
You use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Or if
I
you
get
don't use
21 days on Libby too. See, Kelly, you do need to move in.
it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Molly, oh, there's been a lot of hell and high watering been going on. What, you mean about the weather?
Possibly? Oh, no, about her meds.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's not good. It's not good. All right. So let us do our second sprint so I can read some more. I'm not going to finish it this morning, but I'm making a good dent. It reads very fast. I have to give definitely credit for that. I like when they read fast, and this one reads fast. I've read some, because it's almost 400 pages,
Mm-hmm.
and what's it, 387 or something like that, physical.
Maybe.
379. So it's 379, and it's but it feels like a 200-page book, right? Like it's quick. And I've read some that are like almost 400 pages that are so slow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's nice. This moves along very quickly. And I miss Kiana. Kiana says, "I'm still here for now." Well, good, Kiana. Keep it up. What you doing? Are you reading today? What are you doing? Are you still reading the which one was it? The Henrietta Lacks, right? Were you reading Henrietta Lacks? That book's an eye opener. All right, here we go. 30 minutes. And there is our second sprint of the day. I only got to page 287 that time. There are a few distractions. It happens. Dogs in and out. Some questions I had to answer about shore leave tonight. So, how'd you do, Alicia?
I did 111 more words, and I had to deal with the cats because the cats, I don't know what Isis is doing, but she keeps meowing, and then she goes in the laundry room and sits on top of the washer. And then when I go, "What are you doing?" she like jumps down and runs away, like she's got the zoomies.
Maybe she got all roughed up with Ralphie this morning.
Well, he's like, he was following her, going, "What are you doing?" And now he's laying on the sofa, and I don't know where she went, but I'm just like, what is going on this morning?
So funny.
So I don't know what she's doing.
Having fun.
Apparently so.
And let's see, for that sprint, Vanessa joined us. Hello, Vanessa. Good morning. Slow moving today, y'all. Yeah, this weather is gonna get us all.
Mm-hmm.
And Alicia says, I hear that. And Swank says, missed the chatty bits. I made coffee, took my meds, and listened to E.A. Poe on YouTube. Listen to The Raven read by Alan Rickman, too. Cool. Oh, that would be fun.
I want to read that. Listen to that.
Molly says, you wouldn't, I don't think. In other words, take up Molly's reads.
Oh.
I think it is per library card, not household. Ooh, I'll have to investigate before I invite any real or virtual move-ins. Yeah, exactly. Investigate, make sure. And Kyler says, I'm heading off now, but thanks for the sprints. Thank you so much for being here. It was so good seeing you. Alicia says, bye, Kyler. And yes. And Jamie says, I got to 61% in The Incandescent by Emily Tush. So far, a high 4-star, maybe 5. Magical School Fantasy. I've heard of that one.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hi, cat. Bye, cat.
And Kiana got to page 175 of The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Nice. You're getting into the meat of it now, the meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how much those HeLa cells were used for things. Vanessa, I took meds, called the garbage company to check on recycling dates, and, well, that's it.
I mean, it's still productive.
I know. I mean, you got in when we already started the sprint. I think that's pretty good for half an hour.
Yeah.
Ren says, made it to page 275 of 400 in Vile Lady Villains. I mean, that's a great title alone.
Mm-hmm.
And also got coffee. Excellent, Ren. And Kiana, I have to go get ready for work. Thanks for the sprints. Absolutely. It was so good seeing you this morning. Have fun at work, or at least hope for not too much misery. How about that?
Hopefully it goes smoothly.
That's right. That's right. Vanessa says, hubby went to the grocery store, so now I get to be anxious until he comes home. Why?
Really?
Is your weather bad already? Let's see. And Ambrosio, after sitting at my table for all morning, I decided to do some yoga stretching last sprint. It's 5 p.m. here. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's got to feel good after sitting all day. I understand that. I'm going to take the dog for a nice long walk because we're not going anywhere this weekend. So she needs to enjoy her outside time right now, last minute. Hopefully it's not going to rain on us. It's not that cold out, but it is too cold for rain, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And Mel got to 35% into Rose of the Deadlands. Excellent. I just talked to Jessie. That's part of the reason why I didn't get as much reading done, to make sure she had the link and she was all set for tonight and we were good to go. So that's going to be awesome. Molly says, I moved to horizontal reading spot so that I'll start reading. Cold in here though, 5 degrees outside. Oh no, it's too cold.
It is cold.
Mm-hmm. And Vanessa said he's an immigrant and has an accent. Isis roaming around Atlanta. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. That is definitely a level of fear for sure. Yep, that's a whole nother ball game. So, I don't know what she's doing. She just collapsed on the floor. Like, she does that. She's a collapsed dog. She just, we say she's made out of rubber. Like, you go to hold her and she just like totally lays back. I was like, what are you doing? Mel says, hoping he gets home safe, Vanessa. Ice sucks. I'm so sorry. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Vanessa says, I get freaked out every time he leaves the house. Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't blame you, especially
Nope.
like with the news yesterday. They were saying that because they, I guess, went after a father, the father ran and left his 5-year-old. So
Mhm.
they had to detain the 5-year-old.
Yeah. But in
And I
this
was
case,
like,
I don't know what ICE could have done. Except,
right.
not going after the father to begin with. He's not a criminal. So, but otherwise, I don't know what they could have. They could have just left the boy.
Yeah, I mean, he was, I guess, at the school where they had just arrived home or something. So where's the mom? Like they could have just said, "Here's your child. Your husband ran off." But
I don't know. I have no idea what happened with the mom. The one report I saw said that the mom refused custody, which doesn't make any sense, of the kid. Um, I can't imagine that being true. So I don't
right.
know. I don't know what happened. But I do know they couldn't just abandon the child. So I will.
Oh, yeah, and he was reunited with the father later. But the whole point is like, what? I don't like the whole ICE thing
Yeah. How about just
to
don't go
begin
after
with.
the father to begin with? He wasn't doing anything wrong. Yeah. Let's arrest people as they're picking up their kids from school. Come on, man. It's just,
That and like how some of them are being like way too violent when they're doing it. It's like they're getting their kicks out of doing this, and I just don't like it to begin with.
yeah. No, it's the very definition of fascism.
Yep.
Um, Vanessa says, I have Google Max up and track him till he gets home. I hate this timeline. Yeah, this is not a fun timeline.
Yeah.
Vanessa
Mm-mm.
says, thank you, Mel. Ren says, manifesting every ICE agent's engine gets frozen over the weekend so they can't go anywhere.
Yes.
Vanessa, they didn't have to detain the 5-year-old. There was a family member there begging them to let him take the kid. Yeah, see, I've seen conflicting reports and I've seen
Yeah.
no video one way or another. So I have no idea what happened there.
That's what I hate about it is you don't know like which way it went really.
Yeah, don't know yet. Vanessa, and even so, when we arrest people, we call CPS to take the kids. Right, that's also true.
Yeah.
So well, they don't care if it's U.S. citizen or not. That's the whole thing there. Molly, there are alternate versions of the ICE and 5-year-old story. Exactly, Molly.
Yeah,
There are
there
alternate
is.
versions, so I do not know which one is true right now. I will wait until the news people work it out. And Ren said, is it legal to detain kids? Well, depends on what you mean by legal. Remember all the prisons that we had children in here in Texas when they were coming over?
Mhm.
And that wasn't during Trump. That was during Biden. So, and heck, I think it started during Obama. It's been going on for a very long time. That they are just because they're separating kids from their parents and then they put them in these separate jails.
And I don't think kids should be separated from their parents.
I also do not think that should happen either. So yeah, it's been a lot of yeah, that's not a new thing. That's not new.
It's one thing if like the parents sent them by themselves. It's another to have a whole family be separated.
Right. Which is what they were doing, which I'm
Yep,
sure they're still doing. There's just so much
probably.
awful going on. That's not being covered right now. There's only so
Yep.
much time in the day to talk about the awful stuff.
They're trying to distract us from what they're really doing.
I don't think they're trying to distract us. They're showing us what they're really doing and they're saying, and we're right. And if you see it a
True.
different way, they're like, no, that's not what you saw. Yeah.
I will not be manipulated.
And let's see. Mel says that poor kid must be so traumatized. That was my thought. Seeing that video of seeing just the pictures with that kid and his little cute little blue thing. I was like, that poor baby. He has no idea what's
This
going
little
on.
hat was adorable.
Vanessa says, Ren, hardly anything ICE is doing is actually legal. Yeah. I mean, they are over and over again taking American citizens
Yep.
over and over and over again. They're just stopping them. I mean, I've seen them stopping people when they're just filling up their car with gas, filling up. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I'm like, I,
There's
anyways.
a better way to go about doing it, but they don't care.
Molly, I'm truly hating this timeline as well. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But here's the thing. They're also doing them in states on purpose as punishment. You don't see this happening in Texas. They're not doing that
Nope.
here. Why? Because this government supports them. Do you see what I mean? And I don't mean ICE isn't doing anything terrible here. What I mean is it's not what's happening in Minnesota. They are punishing Minnesota for being Democratic.
Yep.
So, Vanessa, regardless, which is true, we already have rules about how we handle kids when a parent is arrested. Look, man, the cop, they will hold them, even police. The like regular old policemen will hold the cops until CPS can get there. They will take them to the station. They do all of that already. So again, I don't know what happened with ICE, but they do not wait at the house for CPS to get there. They will take them with them.
Yep.
At least here they will, for a fact. I know that. So, we'll see what, and they won't just hand them to any family member either, because they have no idea what custody that family member has. They let CPS deal with it, but they
That
will
is
bring
true.
them to the station, and the CPS will meet them at the station to get the kid. They do that all the time here, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And Vanessa says they did not follow those rules. Like I said, here the rules are different. They will absolutely take those kids in. And Molly says, and Ren, the answer is yes in a non-immigration scenario too, in the case of certain crimes. Yeah. 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 But remember though, we're like one of the worst countries in the world about treating minors like adults. I mean, if they're not white.
Mm.
An ICE facility isn't a police station. Yeah, I know, but that's still pretty much standard police procedure. So, Cora. Yeah, the cat demanded to come in, and I don't know why, because now Cora just torments him, and then I have to deal with it. So I'm going to kick the cat out, and I'm going to get back to reading this, because this world with the leeches and the undead and the horrible visions and, the dead are going to come back and eat everyone is less traumatizing than what's actually happening in the news. So
Yep.
I'm going to go back to this. So
Yep.
that's my choice. I'm doing this. All right. So, oh wait, one last thing. Ren says, does the U.S. legal system allow for ICE agents being held accountable for the current actions under a different administration? Yes. However, people who wear uniforms in general get away with everything. It doesn't matter what administration is in charge. That's been happening my entire life. So when it comes to that, it doesn't really matter what the administration is.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's what Vanessa said. It's hard to tell with the laws that have been passed recently, and not just recently, for a very long time. Cops get away with awful things. So
You should
that
get
is
away
not a
with
new thing.
murder if they played their cards right.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah. We've been working. Fascism doesn't come out of nowhere, right? You work up to it.
Yep.
It doesn't just happen, and we're like, wait, where did that come from? No, I mean, some people are, because they're dumb, but it's not. It is a slow process that just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and that's exactly what's happening. We are really, really at the breaking point, but it has been building for decades. So,
No.
all right, last sprint. I'm going to make a real dent this time. I'd like to at least get over 300 in this. So here we go. After I kick the cat out. Oh, if the puppy lays down, I'll lead the cat. Here we go. And there is our last sprint. I made it to page 309. So I just have 70 pages left. I'll definitely get this done before tonight. How'd you do, Alicia?
I ended up watching videos. I went down a
I need a
rabbit
break.
hole.
It's Friday.
Well, I looked up something, and then from there, it just videos took over. So it's
Gotcha.
fine.
Gotcha.
I needed it.
Yep, that I understand. Yeah, I plan on, because I could just sit here and finish reading it, but I'm gonna, like I said, I don't know when the weather's gonna turn. But I need to eat breakfast so I can walk her, get her nice only walk she's gonna get for this weekend, and probably Monday, so probably the next 3 days. So we're gonna go for a nice 2-mile walk, and then then I have to start clothes, because if we lose power, because we like to do clothes right before
That's
we go out of
true.
town, right? So he's got all the clothes that he needs and stuff, but so I need to make sure that it's all done today and tomorrow morning, just in case we lose power.
Make sure all your devices are charged up that need to be charged, and
Yep, make sure
make
we
sure
are
you
set.
have some non-perishables that you can just eat out of a can or something.
Well, we have a gas stove, so we're good with food.
Oh, okay.
And I am going to fill up some like tea jugs that we normally have tea in. We're going to fill them up with water, and then fill up the bathtub so we can flush the toilets, kind of like we would hurricanes.
Yep.
So just in
We do
case
the
some
same.
pipe explodes somewhere down the line and we don't have water, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Hopefully you don't lose power, but can never tell.
Yep, for sure. Let's see. Molly says, but like Nicole Good's killer probably won't get away with it. May just take regime change. Murder has no. He probably will get away with it. He was a cop shooting at someone who was driving a car. I'm sorry, he will get away with it. My friend Vanessa says, my friend who had that emergency surgery this week may be going home tomorrow. Yay! I'm so glad. That's wonderful. Vanessa, hubby home from the store. AFK while I help him put away groceries. Yay! Made it home safely.
Yay.
One less worry for today. Molly, in good news, Vanessa. Yay. Ren says, made it to page 282 of 400 and got a copy of Rose of the Deadlands. The FOMO was biting at my toes. I'm telling you, man. Well, if you read this one and then you read the next one, I mean, unless you read really fast, but if you have any questions for the author, put them in our Discord and I will make sure to ask her. That goes for anyone who can't make it tonight, because I know it's hard. Lindsay also being, it's, early crack of dawn for you guys. So I understand that if you cannot make it, but you still have questions, let me know, put it in the Discord or send them to me in Discord. And then I will make sure to ask her. And that way, if you watch the playback, then you'll get your questions answered. Emma, you got this, Kelly. I do got this. Reading, I'm good at. I can get this done. And Zwink says, thank you for sprints. Y'all have a good day. Now I'm going to make homemade chicken soup. Now that sounds delicious.
Ooh.
I am making a twice baked potato soup Saturday. So nice, thick, creamy, delicious soup to keep us warm.
There you go.
I would like to make bread too, but I don't know. It's not going to rise very well. It's just too cold.
True.
I'll see. I need one of those ovens with a proofing setting. And Mel is 40% into Rose the Deadlands. Nice. Ren says, charge up the power banks if you've got any. Yeah, we have all of our extra batteries we have to charge up too.
Yeah.
Most of them should be charged, but I'll put it in. Well, he says, I disagree, Kelly. Too much video. I mean, you could disagree all you want, but just go back in the history of cops shooting people who are in cars and see how many of them actually get prosecuted. You'll see. Mel says, yay, Vanessa. And Vanessa says, back with another cup of coffee and cookies for breakfast because I am a fucking adult. That's right. You're an adult. You can eat whatever you want for breakfast.
Listen, trying to explain to my 6-year-old this morning why she couldn't have hamburger helper for breakfast. She was like, "Mommy, can I have this?" And I was like, "Have what?" She goes, "I want cheeseburger, hamburger, macaroni." I was like, "No, that is not breakfast, ma'am."
I mean, that would be fine for breakfast. Who cares, man? Except for the fact that either one, I'm not cooking that right now if it wasn't cooked. And two, the leftovers are later. They're for later.
Well, and that's what I told her. I was like,
Yeah.
"This is leftover, so you eat it for lunch or dinner." I said, "Not breakfast." I said,
Yeah.
"Now, if you are fully grown and you have a house of your own and you want hamburger helper from the night before for breakfast, be my guest. But in this house, it is lunch or dinner." And she was like, "Fine, I'll have a waffle."
I mean, if you can have breakfast for dinner, why can't you have dinner for breakfast? I don't understand.
She's like, "But
Um,
Mom."
let's see. And Ren says, and yes to emergency water storage. Yeah, that's all. And that's, we're not, our pipes won't bust unless we lose power. And then what are we going to do anyways, right? But that doesn't mean
Yep.
somewhere down the line, because they don't bury stuff very deep around here.
Nope.
So it depends on how long it stays cold and how much that gets below ground, whether we're going to have any other pipes go.
Mm.
So we want to make sure to have water just in case.
Make sure you leave a little trickle if you can.
Yeah, we will. That's exactly what we'll do tonight. And for our outside ones, we actually turn off the water to the outside faucets and then drain them.
All right, girl.
So that works pretty well around here again, because we don't have to deal with it very much, right? So that way the outside ones are fine. And the inside ones, like it does, again, since we have heat, we're good. So unless we lose power for too long,
Right.
then all bets are off.
Molly says, "I love it, Vanessa," and then cookies.
Yes. I need to. That's probably what I'll do. If again we keep power, because our stove is gas and our oven is gas, but it doesn't work unless the clock is set. So our oven will not work. But I
Interesting.
do want to get some baking done this weekend. Something about the cold, it really makes me want to bake.
Mm.
Can you get a Dragon Court Discord? Absolutely, you can.
It's the warm aspect of the baking. Fresh baked goods is always warm. It's always delicious.
And also when it's cold, I want fattier things. So I think that's also part of it. Which I was ordering cupcakes. I told you the cupcakes, right? The whole debacle for the thing. There were so many dang bakeries in Fargo, North Dakota. Like for this comparatively small city compared to what I'm used to, right? There were bazillion bakeries per square footage right there.
I saw them when they were talking about the snow and stuff, and I was like, "Where did she say that thing was? The bakery again?" And because I saw it said Fargo, and it was like in the negative numbers, and I was like, "Holy smokes!" I wonder if that's the place she was talking about.
Well, that's why I asked him. I'm like, "Are y'all still having the thing tomorrow?" I don't know if like this kind of cold thing stops you guys. You know what I mean? This is normal for them, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we're still on." I was like, "Okay, just making sure."
I mean, they probably survive in that kind of stuff, to be honest. But
Exactly.
they're like, "Yep, it's an everyday thing."
Yeah. Or at least an every winter thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, like
Right.
a little early this year, but it happens every year. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. And Molly's like, "Well, yes, but I meant you got the weather prep. Vanessa, we were okay for weather prep. We just needed a couple things, but if we couldn't get them, we'd still be fine." Yeah, that's where we are. I mean, we could have gotten more, shelf stable stuff, but we're fine. Molly says, "Smugness isn't pretty on you." I'm sorry.
On who?
And Ren says, "Yes, Vanessa, you have free will. Use it. It's right." Vanessa says, "Hey, if it was leftovers, it could totally be breakfast." That's what I was saying, Vanessa. I don't understand this breakfast rule you have, Alicia. I'm on Lorelai's side here. Vanessa says, I mean, so much of the world eats soup for breakfast, right? It's something so foreign to us, but that's very common. Vanessa says, "I eat pizza for breakfast."
Now, see, I allow that because we'll have pizza tonight, and then they'll eat pizza tomorrow morning. So I allow that. It's
so you're very confusing. Then you're giving mixed messages, Alicia.
During the week, I want them to have a nutritious and delicious breakfast so that their mind works at school.
I mean, protein's great, man. Hamburger helper would be great. More protein in it than waffles, for God's sake. Ren says, "Have you ever enjoyed the deliciousness of a cold pizza on the brink of a hangover? Talk about life is worth living."
I do not eat cold pizza. I would heat it up.
I used to never eat cold pizza, but can I tell you lately I've just been like, I'm just hungry now. This is fine. Mel says, if my kids eat leftovers for breakfast, then we just have breakfast for dinner. See, exactly. Not making another whole new dinner meal. Exactly. That's how you do it, Mel.
I try to keep some order to my house.
Oh, we
I don't
gave
want
up
it to
on
be
that
a
long time ago.
complete more chaos.
Jean says, I am back. Welcome back, Jean. We had just
Welcome
finished our last sprint. So,
Yep.
and Mel says, welcome back, Jean. And Vanessa says, Mel, I also support breakfast for dinner. Yeah, absolutely. Vanessa says, food is food. Food is food. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not like, if the hamburger helper wasn't cooked, I'm like, I am not cooking that right now, dude. We got time.
No, it was cooked. It was in the fridge.
Aspercell baking makes the house warmer. That's true. That also is a good time to be cooking. So the Discord link is in there for anyone who needed it. And Ren, why, yes, I've enjoyed the deliciousness of cold pizza. I could stop right there. Molly, tearing up my arm because it itches so bad. Yeah, calling insurance company after this. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Gotta
get that straightened out.
Yeah, Vanessa's like, ooh, Molly, allergic reaction. Ren's like, made it to Club Dragon Ship. Yay, Ren, welcome. I'll go give you permissions as soon as I get over there. Jean says, only 20 pages left. And the Shore Leave Book Club is where you would put any questions. So you could just put them. I think it just says Shore Leave, actually. So Shore Leave, just please leave whatever questions you have in there. Jean says, only 20 pages left. You're so close, yes. Jean, so close. Vanessa, protein is a nutritious and delicious. Protein is, I totally eat Hamburger Helper for brekkies if I could eat it, which I can't, but I would. Yeah, I can't eat Hamburger Helper either. It's got this weird aftertaste and it reminds me of bad times in my childhood. So I just can't, because that was homemade cooking for my family, right? And I just can't.
Pretty much, I lived on that stuff. If it wasn't, if it was in like a frozen meal bag type thing, or it came out of a box, that was my mom. The only time she ever really cooked was Thanksgiving. But then again, like I said, we rotate families, so.
Yeah, my mom. And then cooking on Thanksgiving, I remember she would cook the turkey for 6-7 hours. I've never had a turkey that needs 6 or 7 hours. I'm like, no wonder I hated turkey.
Was it dry?
Yeah, so dry and gross and no flavor. Our turkey's freaking amazing now. Thank you very much. It's really not that hard. But she didn't know either. Her mother didn't cook either. And she was always like, oh, homemade macaroni and cheese is so hard. It's the freaking easiest thing in the world to cook. You make a bechamel sauce, you throw the cheese in, you throw the noodles in, you throw it in the oven. It is so easy. But to my mom, it was really, really difficult. And so it's weird how things change when you learn more, you know?
Exactly.
But again, I learned from Food TV. That's actually how I learned how to cook. So Food TV, Food Network, that's where I learned when they used to have actual cooking shows, not just competition. And so I would watch those and I learned. I cooked every night with Sarah Moulton. She showed me how to chop vegetables. That was my show. Mom didn't have that, right?
Right.
And Mom's mother didn't cook. So yeah, it was a different thing. I don't know what I would have done without Food TV. Let's see. And Mel snuck in. Yay! Welcome to Club Dragon Ship. Like I said, I'll go back and give both of y'all. You probably can't see anything yet. I'll go in and give y'all permission as soon as we log out here. And Molly says no to allergic reaction. It's a symptom of uncontrolled diabetes. Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's time to get that, man. Time to get it. It's also a symptom of liver failure. I'm not saying that's your problem. That's anyways. Molly's sending big hugs. Big hugs your way. Mel says, oh, sorry to hear that, Molly. Yeah, it's not fun. I'm pissed because I had it under control and now I have to start over. Oh, I'm so sorry, Molly.
I'd be giving them hell or high water. You fix this and you fix it now.
Yeah, it's just not, it makes, our system makes no sense.
I know.
Because by getting Molly the meds, you prevent so many other things.
Yeah.
That it's actually cheaper to give her the meds than to treat
other
the stuff that happens when you don't have the meds. Do you see what I mean? Like it doesn't, even if we're talking money, that doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Ren, Molly, were you able to get your meds that you couldn't get previously? No, that's what we were talking about, Ren. Also sending healing kitty vibes. That's right. Can I do it? Sorry, I'm not as cute as the kitty, but you know what we're intending.
Yep.
Vanessa says, yeah, we ate a lot of Hamburger Helper, frozen meals, and mac and cheese when I was a kid. Yeah, mac and cheese out of a box. because we were broke for a while. But mom also cooked sometimes when we had the stuff for it. Yeah, my mom she just didn't know how.
Or it was
Vanessa,
PB&J.
yeah, and she did cook some things sometimes also, right? But
Yeah.
she did the best she could. Vanessa, it's part of why all my cabinets are always full of food, because my mom used to do that when we had money, even when we had stopped not having money. I'm sort of a food hoarder in that way. I can get that. Yeah, you would think I would be more like that too, but I am not. Our healthcare system is awful. Yes, it is, Vanessa. Yes,
I
it
agree.
is. Molly says my liver readings were really bad before I controlled the diabetes. Yeah, it's funny, right? Like one thing goes wrong, it just kind of fucks up the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. Vanessa said it's never about prevention. Nope, never. Molly, I do that too, Vanessa. Yep. Nope, I get it. I get it. I make things homemade. It's like I've gone the other way. I make so much stuff homemade now. All right. That's it for the day. We did awesome. Hopefully I will be seeing a bunch of you tonight at 8 p.m. Central. So 9 p.m. Eastern for the Talk with Rose of the Deadlands. Very excited. And again, if you can't make it, put the questions in Discord under Shore Leave. And we will make sure to make the magic happen. And then the Ren and Mel that just joined the Discord, I'll go give you permission. You will also have permission for Time Pirates. So that is a closed group. That's only people who come here regularly. So you will have access to that channel as well. Yeah, Molly says, thanks for sprints. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And Vanessa says, thanks for being here. Have a great weekend, y'all. Absolutely. It was so good seeing you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, we'll try to be safe. I hope you are safe too with the cold. And Alicia too. I don't think you're not getting it this weekend, are you?
No, I mean, I think we're going to have a couple of cold days or cold nights, but for the most part, we're back to like the 60s and 70s and during the day.
Yep.
At least for now.
Yep. Just far enough south to avoid the worst of it.
Yep.
Yeah, Molly's like, don't let the husband leave this weekend. And Mel says, thanks for the sprint. See you later tonight. Absolutely. And as Brosel says, I want that too. I am Hachia on Discord. Oh, that's your name. Okay, excellent. Join. If you join, did you get the Discord link? I'll put it in one more time. In case scrolling up is not effective. Yeah, join it and I will make sure to get you in there. All right, it's 7 degrees here now. Oh, I'm so warm. Hey, that's warmer. It was 5 degrees earlier. I mean, heat wave, Molly, heat wave.
Bring out the tikis.
Yeah, Molly says he hates leaving the house, so it's not hard to keep him in. Cool.
Right?
Awesome. All right, thank you, everyone, and I will see you later tonight. And if not, Alicia, you have sprints on Sunday, yes?
Yes.
Yes, and then we will be back Monday morning, assuming I don't get in an accident on the way to the airport.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully it's delayed and I don't even have to do it. Though if it is delayed, I might miss now, right? Because if it's delayed a few hours.
That's
so
true.
I will keep you all informed. Keep an eye on this space. I will let you know what's happening Monday. So excellent, excellent. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.